welcome back to another theatre vlog. Today is Saturday the 9th of June and it's very exciting because it's the first day of Heathers at the other palace. I'm here with Shaun.
Hi.
That was so enthusiastic, Shaun, love that. Shaun is suffering from hay fever today, so he has been sniffly. Today we're here for the dress rehearsal and the first preview, which is very exciting. We booked tickets for the first preview just when they went on sale, and then Paul Taylor Mills tweeted a competition yesterday. I ended up winning 2 tickets for the dress rehearsal, so here we are. The first, well, not technically a 2-show day of Heathers, but the first time they're doing 2 shows. And we're here. So, yeah, we'll see both. And we were here for the workshop of the show a year and 8 days ago. So, yeah, it's not going to be like...
And I've also suffered badly from hay fever that day as well, so it's fake.
Hay fever and Heathers is the new trend. This isn't going to be like a proper review as such, because obviously it's their first preview, but we're going to share our thoughts after the dress rehearsal, after the first show. It'll be very brief, very quick, but very excited. Despite the hay fever, you better not be sniffling throughout the show.
Horrible.
I'm just going to like just shove tissues up your nose. But yeah, very excited. I'm very excited to see what it looks like and just excited. Yeah, this is my new tattoo. It's the interval of the dress rehearsal, and as I said earlier, like, we're not going to talk too much about the show because it's the dress rehearsal. Like, we're not going to say, we're not going to say any show opinions. But we were saying beforehand, I don't think we mentioned it in here, but this is our first time watching a professional dress rehearsal, which is very interesting. So obviously there's probably about, it's probably a quarter full capacity, I'd say.
I mean, taking out, actually probably about a fifth, because I think I take out all the tech teams and stuff and all the creatives, so actually probably about a fifth full.
But I meant like in terms of just general.
There's like probably, if you have fully seated rows, probably 3 fully seated rows.
Yeah,
and there's only, we're spread across 4, but you know.
Yeah, it's really fun seeing how they've like obviously taken out a block of seats for a, I'm presuming, sound and lighting desk in the middle, or maybe just lighting because they do the sound from the back. That's really fun to see. Obviously there's a photographer taking production shots in the first few rows. That's really fun to watch. Did you spot? I think you did. There's a camera.
Yeah, set up and the pictures come up on it.
Yeah, there's a camera set up by the, I presume, the lighting desk, probably for them, and it's just doing like a very like a time lapse, but just photos. And I noticed it out the corner, and I was like, that camera's not taking any photos. Like,
no, it's linked up to what she's taking.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because every time she takes a snap, it appears on there.
No, I think it's on an interval because it's set up there, so it's taking a photo every like 10 seconds or so.
That makes more sense.
It must be for the lighting, I think.
Yes, probably just to double check what they're liking.
So it's really fun to see like just little stuff like that, and then obviously there are creatives sat in front of us. So thankfully I saw as we stood up at the end they had like their notepads all out taking notes and stuff, but I wasn't distracted by that at all throughout the show. It's just really fun, isn't it, to see? And obviously
it's smoother than I ever thought a dress rehearsal.
Definitely.
Well, I know it's a dress, so it's different, but they actually did say it's their first ever run it though.
Yeah, like everyone all together, which is amazing. And obviously there are some bits that will definitely go a bit smoother, hopefully tonight, if not in like a couple of performances time. But really, no complaints in terms of...
It's an interesting experience.
Yeah, it really is. And they're setting up more of the theatre. No, you can't see behind us, but they're putting out some grass, like fake grass, which is really fun. I think they've put out all of the merchandise now, so I'm going to have a nosy at that.
I was thinking, why have they got the fake grass though for like a red carpet? It's not like an opening.
Yeah, it's just fun, isn't it? It's nice. What else? Anything else? Any dress rehearsal thoughts? random. I'm really hungry now.
I think so. Yeah, I was so hungry.
We've had a very busy afternoon, so we're going to have a proper meal after.
You can actually see what we're doing. You can see where the camera is. It's on a phone box.
Yeah, which is quite nice actually, because it's resting my arms. I'm excited. I think the main difference is going to be really excited to have a full audience tonight, because as much as like we're all reacting to it, I think it's going to be a much better, like, different vibe.
I'm intrigued to see. We were talking just before about obviously our opinion on the first act. I'm obviously not going to share them, but we were talking about kind of opinions of having a cult show and putting on a production of it after it's become culturally significant.
Yeah.
And in this performance, obviously it's a dress rehearsal. Obviously a lot of people are involved with it, stroke know the show anyway. So a lot of like the one-liners are in songs. People don't really laugh because, of course, like it's only visual comedy that's getting laughs. Of course, that's new.
Yeah.
But
oh my god,
like lines are funny. Yeah, those kind of things are funny. But then like silly lines, like the lines are like obviously when they say them, you're like that's funny.
Yeah.
But like people have heard them obviously so much they don't laugh. So I'm intrigued to see what the audience does today, because I feel like the audiences tonight will be obviously still quite a lot of them big fans, so they'll know the lines. But I wonder what the laughter response is, because those kind of things like to give off like without. I can't remember examples, but like to give like, so say you know sometimes if you give a funny, so in some occasions they give obviously one of the funny lyrics
like
with a new performance, of, you know, and like a new reaction to it, or a new twist, and you're like that's funny again.
Yeah.
But then like just to give the lines won't be funny, if you know what I mean, because people will be like, oh, I know that sound. So I'm intrigued, as you say, about the full audience.
When it's an audience that's got loads of fans in, it's going to be that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So the audience will be a different response then.
For sure.
I'm intrigued to see how it works, because I've never seen something. Not I can think of that is like culturally very funny, but then people will already know the funny. I'm trying to think of what I mean. I don't know.
I get what you mean, but I can't think of it.
Do I make any sense?
Like, I get what you mean. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing quite as exciting as the first preview as well. So
yeah. That's our thoughts.
I'm excited. So yeah, we're going to go back in now. Sean's going to carry on sniffing. You've been doing very well actually.
I have actually. Actually, in there it's quite filtered.
I'm very proud of you.
And now I'm back out here. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, let's go back inside and calm your hay fever. And we need to decide what we're eating later. That's the most important thing right now. Sorry, headers, but we need to figure out our food. But yeah, I'll show you some more. I didn't get to really show you anything of the theatre when we got in because it's just a rush to get in. We're probably only going to have about an hour in between.
What time is it now?
I don't know, but it started like 20 minutes late, so...
and it's probably running really long as well.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll figure it out. And we'll chat to you later. We're now back in the theatre. Shaun is still bunged up. He's reading the press.
I can barely even see the work, and my eyes are full of like, I just say liquid, like juices or tears. That's what my brain is
juices.
That's
so gross.
Hey, people, they know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
My just brain is like.
Oh. But anyway, he's reading the programme, which I've picked up.
Just looking at the School of Rock.
Yeah, the School of Rock have a promo, that really useful group. I'll show you more. Oh, bless you. I'll show you the programme in a second. Programme, for anyone asking, is £4. So not bad. And it's quite pretty.
Matte.
Matte. We like it. Heathers on the front. And that on the back. I'll show you inside it later. Oh my god, Shaun is dying. It is 4 minutes past 7, so we'll go in a bit. Seeing lots of plaid, lots of Heather cosplays, which is fun. Super excited. Are you excited, Shaun?
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Just
not really good. I'm not very motivated. Is this the same vlog as the workshop? Not the workshop.
Their dress rehearsal.
Actually, talking of workshops, we just read in the programme. There's a note from Angela's Weather, and it says that they're not premiering the musical here for review. This is actually still like a work in progress.
Yeah, which we're confused about.
Still use it to focus on how they can change the writing, which we'll talk about later on. Because I feel like after first preview, I'm allowed to share opinions.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
I'm thinking I have on the edits they've made, which I'm sure will interest fans of the show. As a production, it's, you know, I love the score and everything. I love the context.
Yeah.
I was saying to Rukaya earlier on, my friends and I loved the Heathers movie. And if we were like a lot younger when we first became friends years ago, and then obviously announced the musical, they did a musical, as we all know. We all loved the album and the bootleg and stuff. So I loved it for a long time, I do really like it. But this new version is a bit like seeing the same show again in a new life.
What I think we'll do is give 5 thoughts from both of us post-show, because that's not a review. Not classing that as a review, but just 5 initial thoughts after seeing the dress and the first preview. And
what are you excited to see in tonight's performance? The dress? What are you excited after having seen that?
I'm excited to have a full audience. By the way, it's so loud in here, so I hope you can actually hear me. I'm excited to see the show with a full audience, because I think that's going to change a lot. And we were saying after we just had some food, we were saying that it's probably really nerve-wracking when they've literally not done it all together with all of the parts. So obviously that's their first time doing it, so now hopefully they'll feel a bit more just comfortable overall with everything. I mean, it's obviously, well, fingers crossed, it's going to be a bit more seamless throughout. There were a couple of clunky moments in terms of the set and things like that, which is obvious that's going to happen. So now I think, now that everyone knows what they're doing, when it's all pieced together,
to see it have a full effect and work as a full show.
Yeah.
So like, obviously when we watched it before, we were saying about how there's a photographer on the front to take the photos. And
yeah.
Obviously the lighting desk, they moved the lighting desk to the middle, because obviously it's easier to work on it.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily distracted, which is kind of strange. In a weird way, I wasn't distracted by that, which is strange.
The photographer sometimes, just when she was moving about,
there was so much light on and everything, I just didn't really care.
No.
But I'm quite excited to see it with the full emotional impact. Maybe I'll be more invested in understanding. And
when you're a bit more like, this is a show.
When you're not lost from it, when you're pulled down to it a little bit.
Yeah.
And as you said, I'm intrigued. It also happens, there's a lot of people here dressed up. I don't know if you've already said that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people here dressed up, so I feel like it's going to be like everyone's really going to be excited to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm quite excited to have that kind of palpable vibe and be involved in. And as you were saying, I'm intrigued to see, I've obviously never seen before, how someone an actor translates from their dress rehearsal to their professional first preview. So obviously a lot of people, they did reserve themselves a little bit. Some of them obviously went full on because they wanted to see if they could do it.
Yeah.
But there were some members, obviously, people intentionally, reserve notes and pull back, because why would you go all the way out in the dress rehearsal when you want to do a paint?
The same day.
To see, looking at people like the conscious changes that someone makes from that. I'm just intrigued as to what they do, because I don't know that otherwise. And then I'm just excited also to hear all the new songs again.
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned that earlier, but there are 2. There's the new blue. There's the new blue. There's the Heather. I keep getting their surname. Never Shut Up Again by Heather Duke, right? Yeah, Heather Duke. What's the new blue called?
You're Welcome.
You're Welcome. So that's
and then a lot of them have different things.
Yeah. So there have been some tweaks. So if you're familiar with it already, if you seen the bootleg or whatever, I mean, even from like the workshop to now, I'm like, there's loads of differences in my opinion from what I remember.
You're Welcome existed before, but it was very different. So
it was a really different version.
And it was funny. This is much more serious kind of song. And then Never Shut Up Again is just all of them. We've never had that before. Yeah, we'll talk about those later, because we've had opinions on both of those. So.
Yeah, we'll chat about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry for running food. He's probably turned away from me again.
Here's a Heather. There's a Heather next to you. People look spot on. So anyway, we've been chatting for 6 minutes. So it's now pretty much 10 past, so we're going to go in soon. I don't know if they've actually opened up though.
I don't think so.
I've not heard any announcements, but yeah, we'll go in. We'll go in when we can.
Like Heather's and Shaun's eyes.
I give Shaun's eyes a 0 out of 10.
Copyrighted,
Yeah. going to stop now. We'll track you in the interval. Fickman. Let's do it again. Brilliant, brilliant. First preview.
Guys, really happy to share the first act, my hay fever cleaner.
Yay! The most important update. Also, we look like we've had a fake tan, it's just the lighting. We just picked up cocktails. This is the Freeze Your Brain cocktail.
It's strawberry slush and
gin.
I can't remember what gin it was.
Beefeater gin.
Yeah.
I can't really taste the gin, to be honest, but it tastes so good. And if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen I actually tweeted like the week after the tickets went on sale and stuff. I was like, ideas for Heathers, and one of them was coloured cocktails. And we're judging by like the menu. Well, actually, we saw people with blue drinks earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, I haven't seen yellow yet.
Yeah, but they've got like colour coded like drinks. So
they're actually so good. Like you're talking, and I'm just like, I want to keep drinking.
Carry on, please do. So obviously it's the interval, and we've both just come out saying that this is like, it feels so different from the dress run. Like it's obviously the same show. They've not made any major tweaks, but I feel like everyone just feels so much more.
The tone is just so different. Like there's so much
with like a full audience and everything.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's big fun.
It is fun though, isn't it? It's one of those ends and you're like,
yeah.
having a good time.
Everyone's having a great time. The audience is amazing, and I feel like the audiences are generally going to be pretty good for Heathers. I can't imagine them having like.
Well, I mean, most of the tickets have been sold by Heathers fans.
Exactly. I can't imagine it's going to be like a quiet.
Well, carry fans, which in the same way is the same logic. Like your
Really
fans before you've got in, so everyone's going to react very well to it.
Yeah.
And as a fan of it from before, I'm really enjoying it. And you're a fan of it as well.
Yeah.
You've seen it since
Absolutely. I'm not like a
which is just down here.
fan. Yeah, it was in the studio downstairs. Oh my goodness. It's just so much fun, and we've got like amazing seats. As I mentioned, we're in row D, 12 and 13, so it's perfect.
Dead centre on right with the level of everyone. So it's such an amazing
It's
view.
great, and then they've got another level up top, but even then it's not like you're craning your neck to see it, it's just looking up.
And we were a bit further back up, we were in like row F earlier.
We were in row K.
K. That's still not a bad experience, but it's quite nice actually to be on top of it almost.
Yes.
It is one of those theatres, the closer you are, I feel like, you're not immersed is probably the right term actually. You just feel really immersed in a way. You feel very involved. I feel much more involved.
At the other palace, it's like the perfect break on the seats.
Yeah.
So
you have no one's head.
Yeah, there's not going to be that issue of, oh, someone tall in front of me, so ahead.
By the way, just sorry to interrupt. We were saying we didn't see any. We didn't see any yellow yet.
Yeah.
I've just seen there's a girl behind me.
Yeah, it's more of like a traditional sort of cocktail.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wheat coloured corn star martini.
Yeah, I prefer this.
I think it's got egg white in it. That's why it's a
Yeah, it has. It's got egg white, and I don't know how I feel about egg white in cocktails, so I thought I'm really happy with this choice.
It's absolutely
I'm so excited to like slurp it.
I wonder what's in the liqueur that they put like the strawberry liqueur.
Yeah.
I want to find the exact recipe and start replicating.
I'll ask, because I know people here, so
I really want to know. I'm going to start making. Oh, Evie knows.
Yeah,
stuff. We know people that work here, so
we know quite a few people that work
here.
here.
We do actually. So they better tell us what the recipe is.
Yeah, but please let us know, because it's so nice. I'm having the best time.
Same. I'm just like really into it.
And now I feel like we're officially at Heathers. Now we've got a drink. Because last time when we saw the workshop, we got a bit drunk beforehand.
So drunk. And we were sat next to, if you've seen the vlog before, you'll know what I'm but we were sat next to Lawrence O'Keefe, who's here as well. And he's
and tonight we're sat.
He's I think he does music handling.
Yes, I think so.
Anyway, we were sat right next to him, and we were quite drunk. And it was quite embarrassing. I was sat there and I was like proper head spinning from the beginning. But it was fine by the end. But we just had it was the hottest day of the year or something. So we had like a great afternoon with Olivia.
Yeah, we had drinks. We were probably dehydrated.
It went away. So
drink responsibly.
Yeah, don't get smashed and come and see a show. It's not nice.
It is a fun experience, but not when you're like.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, but anyway, I know I've got young audience members, so I'm not going to carry on talking about if you're coming to see Heathers, you're in for a treat, and if you're not, then you should book a ticket. You really should. Shaun rarely repeat visit shows, and he literally just said, as we were walking up from the interval, that you're already wanting to see it again.
And I've seen it twice today.
That like speaks volumes.
I really enjoy it. Yeah. So it's very rare that I fall in love with the show through an album. I do that all the time. But it's rare that I see it and I'm like, oh, I still love it as much. Yeah. And that's how I feel with this.
So high praise.
High praise.
Anyway, we're going to take some photos with our cocktails and then drink them and then enjoy Act 2, and we'll catch up with you later. The show just finished. We're literally not even out of the theatre.
We 10 out of 10 would sit back in our seats right now and watch it.
Literally. And as I say,
so much fun.
Shaun saying that is high praise indeed. Literally, we're still in the auditorium because there's no chance of getting out right now.
I'm buzzing. I'm so buzzing. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm honestly going to be full of adrenaline for hours.
Good.
It was such an amazing vibe. I don't know if it's going to be, like, obviously it's going to be as good as, like, it's a great show. But like, it was so nice to have the absolute full energy. And I think it was also really great because we saw like the dress rehearsal and it kind of built excitement, but it wasn't full energy. But it was like excitement. And then watching it now, then you're like, wow.
I sometimes feel when I watch a first preview and it's so exciting, it's so energetic, but sometimes it sounds so stupid, but it's tiring because you're just like, it's all at once, isn't it? But when you see the dress rehearsal and then you see first preview, what a night! What a.
I'm tired, but I'm also the complete opposite.
I'm like buzzing.
I'm tired, but I'm absolutely.
But literally, as Shaun just said, like I could sit down again and see it again.
100%. I probably watched it twice in there. Again, twice in there. Isn't that terrible? You see it twice in there, I could see it again. That's real high praise. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, you never feel like this about shows. We're gonna try and get out now. I need to cool down, and then we'll chat to you more. Obviously the lovely Fletcher, who just did, match day today. Yeah, I know. First preview of Heathers. I just want to know how you feel.
Oh my god.
You saw the dress rehearsal as well. So we've had 2 show day of Heathers. So here's you guys.
It is the best job ever.
You were amazing.
It's the best job ever.
So happy for you.
I'm loving my life. My hair is so sweaty right now.
It looks amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cannot tell. True beauty right there. But yeah, just want to say you're incredible. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this run. I will be doing the last show and hopefully in between.
Oh, so you're going to see me cry today and on the last show as well?
Yeah, pretty much.
Great.
Pretty much. It's great. Go see this show if you can. Carrie is amazing. And thank you. Okay, you're on a post box.
Really nice light, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, good lighting over here.
It's rained everyone, so the hay.
Yeah, Shaun's update on there.
That's my hay fever update for the final time this video.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Such good mood.
That was so good. So good. Right.
Still like in my head, I'm like singing along still.
Like that. Oh,
I'm really glad we didn't give feedback after the dress rehearsal. In all ways, obviously, it would have been inappropriate, but also my opinion is so different.
100%.
It wasn't, as I said before we went into this performance, I was so intrigued to see what the difference is between people, how they would intentionally perform. Yes, it is. Okay. My straw's like filled up somewhere. It's interesting how it is intentionally. I was interested how they intentionally acted differently between a dress and a thingy. Obviously, as I said, they reserved themselves a bit, and it's drastic. Like, but I didn't realise that because it was still good earlier. But like, it was drastically different how much energy.
The difference between them doing a dress run and a dress run and focusing on just being in the right places and, you know, saying the right things, and then you can, oh god, it was so apparent how much confident, even the people that we thought were really great in the dress rehearsal, you could tell that there was a sort of like, almost like relaxed
I think it would confidence is the right word. I think they were definitely confident in the fact that like they'd run it through once.
Yeah, and they were like,
oh, it works. Like it works. We know how we get through it. I think it's just really knowing like, right, this is how I go from A to B, and now I remember they can be comfortable and give their full performance. A great example was Carrie Fletcher. We were saying, I can share it now because I've changed my opinion. Well, not changed my opinion, just my opinion was wrong. After the dress rehearsal, we were watching Carrie, and I got to the end and I said to Rukaya, like, she just gave me nothing. Like, there's nothing to it. But then we were saying, you know, it probably is because it's a dress run. We'll just double check and see. Just this time, like, couldn't be further from the truth. She was absolutely brilliant, and I'd never seen her perform before, and she was absolutely brilliant.
I'm kind of shocked.
Absolutely amazing. Honestly, everyone's brilliant. Isn't everyone brilliant? Like, there's no one bad. Like, it's honestly so. Like, everyone's solid. Even the ensemble members are so like eye-catching and
there are definitely like obviously standout performers for me, but you're totally right. There's not a what's the
weak link.
There's not a weak link. Everyone's amazing.
And even the things like, we so high. I'm on like a proper like, I'm so happy. I love this all kind of high. It's proper like, I love the theatre kind of high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's such a good high.
If you could ever come to a first preview of kind of like anything, really, I feel like
first previews always, I literally had the best experience ever. I think about what recent ones I've been to, like Dreamgirls. That was absolutely electric.
First preview, that was amazing as well.
We're going to see Fun Home in the next week. What was it? Next week, Fun Home and the King and I first previews we're going to next week.
I am shook.
Is going to just see? I mean, King and I won't exactly be like, but
neither will Fun Home, will it?
No, but it'll be a bit more than the King and I. It'll be more than of Rodgers and Hammersteins, but
we should have done this in the other way around.
Yeah.
Like Fun Home, King and I, then Heathers. But we can't.
But it's absolutely like, it's just so electric to go to a first preview. Everything's electric. The cast are really excited to see it for a paying audience, and all the audience for a first preview are always intentionally here for a first preview. They're not just like, oh, I'm in town, I'll just grab a ticket. Like, it's not like, well, there are a couple probably, but especially in a small venue like this one, it's 100% people are dedicated.
A show like this,
and it's so exciting. But then I think for Heathers, as we were saying earlier, I don't know if we said it on the vlog club, but that'll be throughout the entire run.
Yeah,
like,
I think
everyone's going to be buzzing because everyone wants to be here, you know.
Okay, right. So let's do, if you can think of them quickly, like top 5 things, not too many
I'll do
details,
single statements.
but
single statements.
Yeah, I'm gonna suck at this. I've proposed it, but I'm gonna suck at this. But you'll be great. You'll be great.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Top 5 things that are amazing. The energy. I think the energy is palpable, and we were saying before, again, can't remember if it was in the vlog or not, but we were saying about how knowing a lot of people obviously here know the score through and through, back to front. Something that always impresses me with seeing something live instead of a cast album or in a new production is how the music is translated, orchestrations wise, vocal performances, sound design, the impact it has on you. Really, I love to be goosebumpified, and I love to be completely knocked in the face by belting and big songs.
There was literally a moment, sorry, jumping into there, in the first number at the end, did you literally feel like the vibration under the floor?
Oh my god,
that song. I was like, something's
It's one of those moments.
It's one of those moments.
That song is amazing on the album anyway, and it's obviously a huge story song. It's like 9 minutes long. It's huge.
It's massive.
But by the time you get to the end, you honestly feel like, I've just seen the whole show. Do you know what I mean? It's such a
it was amazing.
Huge.
But I genuinely, like, the floor vibrated so much. I was like, something's broken. Something's gone wrong.
Yeah, crazy.
But it was just amazing.
That's one of mine. What about you?
Okay. Oh, I told you I was going to suck at this.
I've got another one ready.
Right, you go.
My one is 3 in 1. This is kind of cheating.
All right.
Jamie Moscato.
Yes.
Sophie Isaacs. And what's the name of the one I love?
What, Jodie Sam Steele?
Yeah. No.
Rebecca Locke. Rebecca
Locke. Yeah, I love her too. I mean, I love all of them. But yeah, those are my 3 absolute hilarious, brilliant, mind-blowing. I love them so much.
Have you got more? Just want to go through them and I'll go through mine.
I've only thought of 2.
Alright, okay. So mine, I'm going to just copy as well. Mine would also be like Jamie Moscato being cast in this. When we saw the workshop last year and he was JD in the workshop, and I was just like, yes, this casting is spot on. When they announced it was coming back to the other palace, I was like, if they cast anyone but Jamie Moscato, I'm gonna be mad. So thrilled that he is in this. Also, while we're talking about like people, Rebecca Locke, also, she is hilarious, and I can't wait for more people to get to see how brilliant she is via the show, because she's just so hilarious. She plays what, like 3...
The mum, the teacher.
The mum, the teacher. Oh, and then she's like in the ensemble in like Big Fun, etc. Oh my god, she kills me. She kills me.
That's probably a favourite moment.
Yeah,
they have all the adults. Like,
so funny.
This is it's not a spoiler. There's no story behind it. But they're in obviously the Big Fun books. They always have a huge cast. So when it's like the big party scenes,
everyone has.
They have the adults in it.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. It just is funny because you see like the mum dancing.
And you know it is, and you're like, oh, you're not meant to be here.
It is really funny.
And then the dad's joining as
well. The dad's joining as well. It's so great.
Okay,
obviously not as the dads, by the way. Just as the actors are in it, but it's funny because you're like, oh, it's them. Like they're the actors. It's funny.
Another thing, I loved the costumes. The Heathers costumes in particular. I think obviously that's a given that they're going to be gorgeous, but I love that when you're just looking at them, you're like, okay, 3 different colours, cool. But then you look at actually like the details of the costumes.
They're all wearing different knee highs, they're all wearing different bits,
yeah, to their like personalities, their characters.
The only comment I have on the costume, not necessarily a negative, one thing I had was that Veronica Carey wears, they all wear, I don't think they all do wear headbands. She wears a headband that has like a tiny like 3D bow on it almost, and it looks like, you know, like in the Rocky Horror Show, they have like Columbia has like one of those headbands with a tiny little top hat.
Oh yeah.
Every time I looked at it, I couldn't help but think it was like a party hat. That's the only thing I had to comment on that. It wasn't necessarily negative. It was one of those things I was like, that looks like a party hat.
It should have been like more of a bigger thing, maybe.
Yeah, I think it should have been a statement bow.
Yeah, definitely a statement.
But that was just a random observation.
How many have I done? 2. Third thing. Oh my god, there's so many things. You know, it really surprised me actually. I don't want to spoil anything, but Martha Dunstop's song in the second act was
Kindergarten Boyfriend.
That one. Just the way they've done that, I thought it was really simple and clever, and I think that's kind of a hard one to do.
Yeah, maybe redundant comment coming on from that. Maybe redundant because, well, not really, because it's a new show, I suppose.
Yeah.
Commenting on the actual structure of the show, which I think is very well structured, extremely well paced, and this is not even the point I'm trying to make, but very well structured, very well paced. And I also think it's really impressive how there's so little dialogue, especially for Act 1. Very little, it jumps from song to song. Somehow you still feel like you get it. Like, you don't feel like you've missed anything. It explains a lot in nothing, and it doesn't ever feel like, how did they appear? It's quite, it's very impressive doing that. But also, my comment coming from that is how well paced that is in Act 2. You have the hilarious, it's kind of funny in itself, the moment of introspect in what's it called? Lifeboat, the song that's sung by Heather McNamara, where that's like almost the only deadly serious song in the entire thing, and it's on her dead spotlight, and then we come back out of it again, it's all funny again. We were saying in between shows that we think it's so impressive. The lighting design, maybe one of my favourite things. Very impressive, very well done.
Really enjoyed
and it was exciting also to watch some programming this afternoon, which was really nice, and work on it today. But yeah, that moment, and then obviously followed by Kindergarten Boyfriend, was also deadly serious. I liked how it had that moment of introspection almost. It almost felt, for a moment, it was like, oh, this is a really serious subject matter. We were saying in between the two shows, definitely not a vlog, I remember this, we were saying about how there are a lot of themes in here. There's obviously themes of suicide, there are themes of like almost like sexual assault in some ways, there's some bit there, and things like that, slight homophobia at some points, but all of them, this is such a weird way of describing, obviously, if you don't know the show, but it's one of those things where like all of it is tongue-in-cheek enough that it's like, lol, we're all in on the joke of like, this is ridiculously dark, but let's be funny about it. Oh my god.
The hay fever's back. But, he's just crying, who knows.
Maybe I'm just really emotional. But yeah, that's the point I want to say. It handles itself very well.
Yeah, definitely.
And it really knows itself, and I really love that about it.
I think I've got one more left.
That's 5. I think I've done 5.
I think I've got one more left. What's going to be my one more?
Your one more is going to be the theatre. I love the other palace.
I love the other palace. If you don't know me,
it's a great venue though. It is a great venue, and I think it's a great venue for this show. It fits really nicely. Anything bigger would be cavernous for the show.
Definitely.
It's small,
it really
but
does
not.
fit the
But it's big for its size. If you know what I mean. It really is louder than the stage space.
And I swear I say this in every single other Palace vlog, but it really does amaze me how with each production I see, it is kind of like a different space. Because I'm like, oh wow. Like, I think the first comment I said when we came in this afternoon, I was like, oh, it's much taller than I was expecting it to be.
Huge set.
And then shows like Whisper House last year blew me away because they had like a sunken set, and that was just fantastic.
And then I think things like the last 5 years, obviously the St James, but the same building, the same stage, that was nothing on the stage. It was almost empty. The same as like Exposure, which just screens. Do you know what I mean? It was so.
Don't trigger me. It's really weird how it's the same exact space. I'm sure they might take out a row here or there or whatever, but that doesn't really make a massive impact. But they do completely transform it. And yeah, I can't remember if we mentioned this earlier, but the stage is very simple, to be honest. But that's kind of good in a way, because you don't need it to be anything more
and especially with a small space, if you're utilising it with too much stuff on it, it just becomes cluttered, all knocked onto itself. Everyone's on each other's laps a bit. So.
And also I kind of love that it's a bit what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to sound negative, but like janky. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Where you know
bougie.
That
it's a bit bougie.
Where you know that something's being turned around and then it's something else, and it's like, you know what, I don't care.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, okay, that wasn't. I thought you meant something else.
When it's just like one piece of set being used for 3 different locations, you know.
There's some real community spirit in a weird way. Especially because you're so up and close with the actors as well. For some reason I feel like I'm involved. I feel like after it's going to be like, oh my god, great show, Curry, a great time. I feel really involved in everybody, you know, I felt really connected.
It was just great. We've literally just talked for like 10 minutes about how amazing
this vlog is the longest vlog that you've ever made.
Not a review, but our initial thoughts of the show.
But if you want to take it as reviews, all positive, so.
Yeah, exactly. No one can really say that that's a bad thing to say, is it?
But definitely not a review. Strong opinions.
Yeah. Because I don't want people being like, you saw a first preview in a dress rehearsal, you can't review it. It's not a review. It's just
but very strong opinions.
Because we have opinions. We are theatre people. So we want to share those with you because you're going to ask anyway. So sassy Rukaya coming out, inspired by the headers. I'm going to end the vlog here because
we've been talking forever.
And I feel like that sums up our day pretty wonderfully. And I really hope we get to see this again together. I don't know how.
We're going to. We need to. So I'll be in Edinburgh the day it closes. It's the day of my first show in Edinburgh.
We will try and...
If you're going to see Edinburgh, come and see my play. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I haven't plugged that yet in a Rukaya vlog. If you're going to Edinburgh, come and see my play. But yeah, so it closes then, so we need to go before I go to Edinburgh.
I really hope we can.
At least once.
July, it can be my birthday thing.
At least
on
once.
a Sunday.
Oh, they do a Sunday performance.
Sick, we're going to see it in July.
At least I actually have another free Sunday in July, so I might go twice.
Duper.
I love it.
Wonderful. So this vlog will hopefully be going up quite soon, so I don't think many of you will have seen Heathers yet, but if you have, obviously let us know your thoughts.
I'll be creeping in the comments. If I'm ever in a video, I creep in the comments.
Yeah, do let us know your thoughts, or if you saw the off-Broadway production, or if you just love the show, or if you're coming to see it and you're excited. Someone's just come out.
I don't know the actor's name. He was in the workshop.
So yes.
Oh god, hay fever again, guys. This is
anyway,
a sign we're going
off topic. Right. Shaun, we can't end the video like that.
Sorry.
This was an amazing day. Thank you, Paul Taylor Mills. If you happen to be watching, why have you just wasted like 45 minutes of your life watching my vlog?
Got work to do.
But thank you so much, because it was because of your competition that we won the tickets to go this afternoon. That was incredible. Thank you so much. Thanks, Shaun, for being with me. John Boyden just came out. Also Jenny O'Leary. Oh my god, everyone's coming out. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Skateboarding. Ram Sweeney, skateboarding confirmed.